Thursday night football needs to be eradicated. It is a cancerous tumor on American sports. This can be seen in the NFC East, in which all four teams deserve the most boring games of the season. This week, it was the Eagles and Giants, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Both these teams suck. This truly was the Daniel Jones eating shit of NFL games. So this game was closer than it should have been, right? I feel like Teddy Bridgewater doesn't get enough credit. Sure, he's not a Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers type, but with enough offensive weapons, he can thrive. Drew Brees is getting old, but he still did enough to get the win. You gotta give him credit considering he won without his two best receivers. Honestly, I could see the church coming up from behind and not letting go of an NFC South championship. Even when Josh Allen has a relatively down game, the Bills beat the Jets, 'cause that's the New York way. Oh, Bengals, you poor saps. I never knew I could feel this bad for a division rival. This was an AFC North shootout. Joe Burrow had 400 yards through the air, Cleveland scored, Cincinnati scored, and on it went till Baker threw a beautiful last-second pass to Peoples-Jones to secure the victory. Okay, so the Cowboys are done for, right? The only thing they had going for them at the beginning of the season was their offense, and now they're on their third string QB. The real battle in the NFC East is going to be the football team versus the Eagles. The Eagles seem like the clear victors, but I wouldn't count out DC's carousel of QBs and their stout defense. What did I say week 1? Aaron Rodgers only grows stronger when angry. He was on the hunt this week for an All-American Texas steak, and he found some in the Texans. He shot the crippled creature with 4 touchdowns, then consumed the remains. And unlike Patrick Mahomes, he didn't put ketchup on it like a traitorous pig. Last week, I said you couldn't blow a lead against a team with no offense. Atlanta proved me wrong this week. Clearly, you can allow a 12-point lead to be spoiled by the Detroit Lions. The Falcons, dare I say, are more poisonous than Flint, Michigan. That's right, baby. The lead poisoning joke counter for this season of NFL recaps is at 2. Can we please just delete the Falcons? So, where do you think your anxiety began? You know, Doc, I don't know, but 3 teams having 5 wins in the AFC North doesn't help. Pittsburgh in the first half was dominant, but then something brilliant began in the second half. The Titans began a comeback. Sure, they weren't perfect, but hey, they only needed a field goal. Oh, wait. Keep on saying it. The Raiders' defense is big boy bad. Their offense is great, but it doesn't mean anything when they're allowing 30-plus points per game. Tom Brady threw a perfect touchdown pass to Gronk, and the world collectively had a Vietnam flashback. Wow, this was depressing to watch. You could see the faces of all the Broncos fans slowly, collectively, becoming drunker and drunker. They were cold on the outside and on the inside, with only a bottle of booze to keep them warm. This truly is the Denver way. God dang it, come on! You could have had this one, but you spoiled it. That's it. I'm done. You can cheat on me once, twice, or 3 times, but when you do it 6 times, that's when I probably just go through the same thing next week. Oh yeah, I forgot that the 49ers were good. They were dominant, unstoppable, and boring, because Jesus, I hate these types of games. You know, 1-1, just a pure blowout. I mean, it's pretty fun to watch the Patriots lose, but this was like watching a tire slowly deflate, without even making the funny sound. I'm amazing at analogies. I don't care what the rest of the comments section says. I love the fact that we get to see these 2 teams clash twice a year. I mean, this was just so fun to watch. The NFC West in general is the funnest division in all of football. I mean, it's 2 teams with amazing offenses and always ignored defenses, and it comes down to the NFL's broken overtime rules. This game was pretty much Roger Goodell's wet dream. The Bears finally losing because they faced off against a good team in the year 2020. And not just any team, a Jared Goff-led Rams team. Oh boy. If only the Bears had a running game. Oh well, who cares? Just continue to let Nick Foles sling the ball around like a man out of shits to give. What is he going to do? Throw 2 interceptions? I feel like the NFL was playing Among Us because the Bears were just revealed as the imposters in this 10-24 Monday Night Football ass kicking. The Bears! Hey guys, welcome to Garbage Time, the last segment of the NFL recaps. Now, I want to make other NFL content on the channel, but I don't want when you click on my channel to see just flooded with NFL content, because it's kind of some of the easier content to make. So instead, we're going to tack on unnecessary content at the end of the weekly roundups. So, here's what I have for the power rankings of the NFL going into Week 8. At the bottom is the Jets and Giants. I don't think I have to explain why. Then the Jaguars, they have tortured my soul, and they've made me sad. And then Vikings and Falcons, just like, what are you guys doing, man? I guess the Falcons are slightly better, but I don't know. Lions are up next, just because they may be 3-3, but I don't trust them to just be a good football team. Dolphins, who you might see wise up in the power rankings over the next coming weeks, because now that they have Tua, I think they're going to do a lot better. So who knows? They might make a one for the playoffs. Then number 25 is going to be the Broncos. Drew Lock is okay. I'm not sure if he's the future of this team. I know the Broncos head coaching staff thinks that he is, but I don't know, man. And then at number 24 is the Cowboys. I've watched a couple power ranking videos, and everybody puts the Cowboys at, like, number 30. I think that's a bit much. I mean, it's hard to be the worst team in football when you have Ezekiel Elliott, and more importantly, the Jaguars are in the same league as you. So, I think they're bad, and they'll probably maybe lower, but for now, they're at number 24. And number 23 and number 22 is the Eagles and Washington. I think for now the Eagles are better, but I wouldn't count on Washington. I could honestly see them taking the NFC East. Number 21 is the Bengals. I've been saying it for 7 weeks. Their offense is solid. It's just their defense and their offensive line have to pick it up. Joe Burrow is just doing his best. Number 20 is the Colts. I know they're 5-2, but like, I just don't trust Phillip Rivers. I could not see the Colts beating any team that people have going into the playoffs. Number 19 is the Chargers. I think out of the 3 big rookie prospects from the NFL draft who were quarterbacks, out of Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, and Justin Herbert, I think Herbert's done the best so far. So that's why him and Chargers are at number 19. Number 18 is the Patriots. They've just fallen off these past couple weeks. Cam has just, like, forgotten how to play football. I had a bit of hope that they'd sneak in, like, a wild card, but no. Number 17 is the Panthers. Listen, without Christian McCaffrey, and with a bad defense, they've been doing alright. Teddy Bridgewater's pretty good, although he got injured on Thursday Night Football, but then again, McCaffrey should be back in the next couple weeks, so I don't know. I wouldn't lose hope, Panthers fans, but I think they're definitely on the outside looking in to the playoff picture. Number 16 is the Bears. I think they are the biggest fraud in all of football. I think their record is way too good. They're easily probably the worst 5-2 team I've ever seen. So they come out at number 16. Number 15, weirdly enough, is the Texans. Now listen, I still think they have, like, at least some shot at, like, strangling up, like, an 8-8 record. It's just, they face off against the Packers. They've been doing better. It's just, I don't know. Part of me just doesn't want to completely let go of hope. Number 14 is the 49ers. They're getting a lot better, especially this past 2 weeks, against a really good Rams team and a really good, or an okay Patriots team. So I think they're definitely getting better. Again, expect them to wise up in the power rankings. Number 13 is the Browns. 5-2 is great. Baker Mayfield's been playing really good. Of course, they don't have Nick Chubb or Odell Beckham Jr., which is really going to limit their offense, but for now, they come in at number 13. Number 12 is going to be the Cardinals. Just that offense is just too good. I still don't think their defense is the best, but at least this week they got the job done against the Seahawks. Number 11, and the last team to not make the top 10 is the New Orleans Saints. On paper, they should not be doing good. Their secondary's trash. Drew Brees is old. They were without Michael Thomas, and they basically don't have a receiver without him. But they just keep on winning. So it's like I want to put them lower, but like they keep on pulling wins out of their asses. So I don't know. They're at number 11 for now. Number 10 Waiters, similar thing with the Cardinals. Great offense, but I think they have a slightly better defense. Just on paper, I think they're a little bit better. But for now, they're at number 10. Number 9 is the Rams. They have one of the best winning games in all of football. I think they're just killing it this year. When it comes to the one game. And, Jared Goff hasn't completely disappointed everyone around him, so that's nice. Number 8 is going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They lit up the Raiders this week, and Tom Brady has de-aged by about 10 years. Gronk is back to playing at, he's not great, but he's decent. Mike Evans, Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette, that soon-to-be Antonio Brown, that offense is great, and I feel like the defense also doesn't get enough credit. Number 7 is the Bills. They have, I guess they're about to probably lower in the draft, in the power rankings ranks, just because they were barely able to beat the Jets in unconvincing fashion. So, I don't know, man. And then right before top 5, we have number 6, the Tennessee Titans. I don't think losing to the Steelers, makes the Titans any worse. They have an amazing offense, although Derrick Henry wasn't really able to get off the ground in the first half. And their defense needs some work, but 3 interceptions on Ben Roethlisberger is just good no matter what team you're on. Really, 3 picks from any quarterback is at least a little bit of the credit has to go to the defense on that one. And then moving into the top 5 is the Seahawks. They have probably moved down. I had them around, in my own just personal thought, I had them around rank 3rd. But just that defense again needs a bit of help. And when they go up against a defense that can stop Russell Wilson, or Russell Wilson just isn't having a good game, this team is just completely screwed, as we saw on Sunday Night Football. Number 4 is the Steelers, and then number 3 is the Ravens. I think I don't know, man. I don't know which one to rank. I have the Ravens above the Steelers for now, just because I trust Lamar Jackson more than I trust Ben Roethlisberger. Two really good offenses. Probably the 2 best defenses in the league. They both blitz all the time. And honestly, they're gonna be the game of the week on Sunday Night Football with just Calais Campbell, T.J. Watt, Minka Fitzpatrick, newly signed Yannick Ngakoue. So I really think that game's all gonna come down to the Ravens offense, and if they can produce just a little bit better. Then number 2 is the Packers. Just Aaron Rodgers is too good. He is literally carrying an entire NFL football team to the number 2 spot. And then number 1 is the Chiefs. I don't have to explain why. It's the Chiefs. Now, I also did my top 5 players of the week. At number 5 is going to be Tyler Lockett. Russell Wilson had a pretty bad day, but he still threw 2 touchdowns to Tyler Lockett, over 100 yards. Buda Baker is next. He was honestly, the whole Cardinals defense should really have a spot on here, but I just think he got an interception on Russell Wilson. I think he just looked great out there. And then number 3 is going to be Antonio Gibson. He's a running back with a whole lot of upside. And then number 2 and number 1 are Joe Burrow, who just had an absolute shootout in their game. So yeah, that's been Garbage Hour, the extra bit on the weekly recaps. Byron Pokerjar, always remember use Poker Power. See you all next episode. Bye bye.